The most recent example of cross-border barbarism was the murder of innocent tourists in Pahalgam in April this year.
Kashmiris are up in arms because India is occupying Kashmir illegally. That's the reason why they are protesting. Can Narendra Modi use his friendship with Donald Trump to solve out the problem of Kashmir? There are 1 million soldiers stationed in Kashmir to control 7 million Kashmiris. So what are you going to do about the Kashmir problem?
I think the part we are waiting for is the return of the stolen part of Kashmir, which is on the under illegal Pakistani occupation. When that's done, I assure you, Kashmir solved. India has confronted this challenge since independence, having a neighbor that is an epicenter of global terrorism. Madam President, Excellencies, while asserting our rights, we must also firmly face up to threats. Countering terrorism is a particular priority because it synthesizes bigotry, violence, intolerance, and fear. India has confronted this challenge since independence, having a neighbor that is an epicenter of global terrorism. For decades now, major international terrorist attacks are traced back to that one country. UN's designated lists of terrorists are replete with its nationals. The most recent example of cross-border barbarism was the murder of innocent tourists in Pahalgam in April this year. India exercised its right to defend its people against terrorism and brought its organizers and perpetrators to justice. I think a lot of these are issues, Raj, which they have to resolve, because in many cases, the actual crisis has nothing to do with the mobility of the incoming workforce. I mean, if there are concerns, let us say, in the United States or even in Europe, it is because they very consciously and deliberately over the last 2 decades allowed their businesses to relocate. You know, that was their choice, it was their strategy. So if there is pressure on jobs in many of the developed countries, the pressure on jobs is less because people came in those sectors. It is more because they allowed manufacturing to go out, and you know where. Yeah. So I think they have to find ways of fixing it, and many of them are, you know, because if you see, it isn't only about concerns about immigration or mobility. It is also about loss of jobs and about recreating manufacturing and pulling back, you know, what was allowed to leave over many decades. So I can't give you a simple answer to it, but The part which concerns us is to convince them that mobility, the use of talent across boundaries is to our mutual benefit, that they would be net losers if they actually erect too many roadblocks to the flow of talent.
Coming closer home, Pakistan. Were you surprised at the manner in which Pakistan, US have come to, at least the Trump administration, have suddenly cozied up and come together? Did it catch you by surprise?
Look, they have a history with each other, and they have a history of overlooking their history. So what happens is it's not the first time we have seen things. And the interesting thing is when you look sometimes at the certificates, say somebody in the military will give, it's the same military which went into Abbottabad and found who there. So the issue in a way is when countries are very focused on doing politics of convenience, they keep trying to do this, and some of it can be tactical, some of it can have some other benefits or calculations. But again, look at obviously I respond to the situation or the challenge of the day, but I also do so always keeping in mind the larger structural sort of strengths of the relationship, the confidence that comes from it. So I take it in that spirit, Some issues have been raised in the debate. With your indulgence, I would like to address some of them. Many of them related to China, that there is a China-Pakistan nexus. And today, sir, people are offering great wisdom on China. In fact, some people have even said that I am not that well versed on China. Sir, I've only spent 41 years in foreign service, only been the longest serving ambassador. But sir, there are China gurus now. One, sir, is honorable member sitting across me, whose affection for China is so great, sir, उन्होंने एक संधि बना ली थी चाइना और इंडिया की, चिंडिया। तो इतनी मोहब्बत थी सर कि उसको संधि बना ली। अब सर इनको छोड़िए, इनके अलावा एक और चाइना गुरु है। अब सर अब ऐसा है जयराम जी सर, हो सकता है कि चाइना पर मेरे यहाँ से कुछ कमी हो, क्योंकि सर I did not get China teaching by going to Olympics. किसी ने मुझे बुलाया नहीं सर. I was not a special person. तो कुछ लोग जो हैं उनका चाइना ज्ञान जो है ओलंपिक्स जाने से हुआ। अब सर कभी-कभी अब सर जब ओलंपिक्स में गए किनसे मिले और क्या हस्ताक्षर किया उसकी तो बात ही नहीं करते। और सर जो मिले वो खाली चाइना से नहीं थे सर, कहीं और से भी थे, तो उसको मैं छोड़ देता सर, मैं बात नहीं करता उसके बारे में। पर सर कभी-कभी क्या होता है कि जब ओलंपिक्स की क्लासरूम होती है ना, जब ओलंपिक्स की क्लासरूम होती है कहीं सर कुछ बातें छूट जाती तो प्राइवेट ट्यूशन भी लेना पड़ता है। तो ये प्राइवेट ट्यूशन चाइनीज एम्बेसडर से लेते हैं, तो चाइनीज एम्बेसडर को घर में बुला के प्राइवेट ट्यूशन लेते हैं। तो अब ये चाइना गुरु का कहना है सर कि चाइना और पाकिस्तान आज बहुत नज़दीक आ गए। सर है, हकीकत है, पर कैसे पास आए सर, कैसे नज़दीक आए? नज़दीक आए क्योंकि हम लोगों ने बीच में पीओके की धरती छोड़ दी थी। हम लोगों ने सर, ये चाइना पाकिस्तान की बात कब से शुरू हुई?
62-63 से शुरू, 63 में पाकिस्तान ने चाइना को शशगम वैली दिया, 67 में काराकोरम हाईवे की प्लानिंग शुरू हुई, 88 में काराकोरम हाईवे खत्म हुई सर, 88 में 86 आप जानते हैं सर किसकी सरकार थी, 67 में पाकिस्तान चाइना का मिलिट्री कोऑपरेशन 67 में शुरू हुआ और न्यूक्लियर कोलैबोरेशन 76 10 साल बाद। तो जब सर यहाँ के प्रधानमंत्री पाकिस्तान और चाइना 80s में जा रहे थे और कह रहे थे कि इन दोनों के साथ समझौता होने वाले, दैट वाज द वेरी टाइम व्हेन द न्यूक्लियर कोलैबोरेशन वाज एट इट्स हाइट। अब आगे बढ़िए सर, 2005 में पाकिस्तान ट्रीटी ऑफ फ्रेंडशिप, पाकिस्तान चाइना ट्रीटी ऑफ फ्रेंडशिप, 2006 में पाकिस्तान चाइना फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट, 2013 में ग्वादर पोर्ट की ट्रांसफर, 2005 में हम्बनटोटा पर हस्ताक्षर, 2008 में काम शुरू हो। तो जब आज बात करते हैं सर कि चाइना पाकिस्तान नजदीक आ गया है सर, हमें पता है, हकीकत, हम इसके साथ डील कर, पर ये कहना कि ये अचानक हो गया और मैं चेतावनी दे रहा हूं और किसी को पता नहीं है, साहब आप हिस्ट्री क्लास में सो रहे थे।
Take a gentleman here on the aisle. Yep.
My name is Nisar. I am an author and a journalist. Let me make you a little nervous, Your Excellency. Thank you very much for your dissertation. Yeah. Kashmiris are up in arms because India is occupying Kashmir illegally. That's the reason why they are protesting. Now, given Mr. Trump's zeal for striking peace and peace deal, can Narendra Modi use his friendship with Donald Trump to solve out the problem of Kashmir? There are 1 million soldiers stationed in Kashmir to control 7 million Kashmiris. So what are you going to do about the Kashmir problem?
Okay,
you haven't spoken about.
Can we just capture the question there? Thank you.
Look, on Kashmir, actually we have done, I think, a good job solving most of it. I think removing Article 370 was one step, number one. Then restoring growth and economic activity and social justice in Kashmir was step number 2. Holding elections, which were done with a very high turnout, was step number 3. I think the part we are waiting for is the return of the stolen part of Kashmir, which is on the under illegal Pakistani occupation. When that's done, I assure you, Kashmir solved.